I don't say this lightly by any means, but being around him and spending the time with him, he's the guy.
Here's Cunningham, goes inside and throws it down.
Tell me if you've ever done that.
Up and under from Cade Cunningham, and now it's a clinic.
Look at this, folks. This is Houdini.
What a block by Cade.
Oh,
Count that baby and a foul.
He's got the potential to be that perennial superstar.
The Detroit Pistons getting set to take the floor here in Miami. Beef Stew, one of the best nicknames in basketball.
Yes.
It absolutely is. All right, with Miami looking to break their 8-game losing streak, it's time now for Pick and Roll, brought to you by ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Shanae and Richard are taking the Pistons. Perk and I are taking the Miami Heat in this one.
Off of national television.
Anthony Edwards and Zion to put the Pistons on.
You want your team, you got to do it. Players know when national television is in the building, make them show.
Mark Jones, take it away.
Jonesy.
All right, guys, welcome everyone to 601 Biscayne Boulevard in the shadows of historic Overtown. But the story tonight, it's not the 3-time champs, the Miami Heat. It's about the Detroit Pistons, the pugnacious, punchy Pistons who are pummeling their way towards a playoff berth in the Eastern Conference. Welcome everyone to NBA Courtside, presented by DoorDash. Fourth meeting of the season between these two teams as Cade Cunningham continues to author one of the great turnaround stories in the league. He and Tyler Hero, both first-time All-Stars this season, as Hero assumes a larger role now with the Heat. Let's take some inventory in the Eastern Conference. Detroit, number 6 and climbing, still taking a shot at perhaps, who knows, a home court spot in the first round. Miami trying to snap an 8-game losing streak. Hello, everybody. I'm Mark Jones, courtside, along with Corey Alexander, Katie George joining us in just a moment. Corey, the Detroit Pistons, they've already won 24 more games than they did a season ago, and Cade Cunningham is a big part of it, putting up big numbers and putting the big in big guard.
He absolutely is, and he is in elite company when you consider the 25, 5, and 5. Look at the guys on this list. They have all been either first-team All-NBA or MVPs throughout their tenure. And when you look at Cade Cunningham, he is absolutely on his way to an All-NBA season. You mentioned a first-time All-Star and going to play in the postseason for the first time this year, and he has been the absolute leader for this Pistons team. Every tool is in his bag when you consider the ability to shoot the jumper and finding his teammates. He and Jalen Duren have been an absolute connection all year long.
A prolific combination, and Katie, turning around the fortune of the Pistons has been personal for Cunningham.
It really has. Cade Cunningham and the Pistons have come a long way since they were 14-68, finishing last in the East a year ago. Cunningham said this morning he's so proud of the resilience and confidence this team has shown to turn things around. And because of that drastic turnaround, Cunningham is getting ready for his first postseason as an NBA player. He says he's talked to veterans on this team like Tobias Harris, Tim Hardaway Jr., Dennis Schroeder about what to expect in the playoffs, so he can just get a feel of what's to come. But he said experience is the best teacher, so he's preparing to learn what it takes to win in the playoffs in real time, something he says he can't wait for because this team has no limit to what they can do, Mark.
On a good track right now, let's talk about the Miami Heat. Bam Adebayo recently telling his teammates, hey, after all we've been through recently, let's not quit now. They're going to need the best of Bam to improve their fortunes.
They absolutely will. And Eric Spoelstra thinks that best of Bam is a triple-double. He feels as though he's a threat each and every time out. But you look at the 4 previous games before this last 4 slot, Bam averaging 27 and 11, 23 rebounds, dropping dimes as well. The last 4 has not been as productive. Looking forward to seeing Bam at his best tonight.
Well, Adebayo hoping to lift the fortunes of his team and get them higher than that 10th seed in the Eastern Conference. From South Beach to Liberty City, Heat Nation hoping to snap this odious 8-game losing streak when we come back for the tip.
NBA Courtside on ESPN is presented by Dash Pass, your door to all things basketball.
In Detroit, the Pistons' resurgence has been built on toughness.
Can we get it how we used to get it?
We understand that we play a style of ball that's physical, it's on the edge.
Cade locked it to JD for a jam.
And he hit that in the face of Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
sometimes you have to demand what you think you're owed.
We deserve a level of respect because we're competing our tails off.
Wallace on the drive. Rejected by Isaiah Stewart. Here's Cade to the basket on the other end. For a Cade.
Cap on. And I got racks on. And I produce that diesel. I can put Shaq on.
In Miami, Heat culture has taken a hit.
But we have a certain standard of how we expect to play and compete.
Three. Bam, on all night like a porch light.
Goes to the cutting hero, and he scores.
In these moments, there's no stronger truth than you have to stick to a process.
Welcome to NBA Wednesday, presented by State Farm. From Biscayne Boulevard in Miami-Dade County, Florida, it's the Miami Heat hosting the 6-seeded Detroit Pistons. As we take a look at tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Boya. Let's start with the visitors. Detroit has had 12 different starting lineups this year. That's the third fewest in the NBA. Cade Cunningham, Tim Hardaway Jr., Ausar Thompson, Tobias Harris, and Jalen Durham. One half of that potent pick-and-roll combo with Cade Cunningham. Meanwhile, for the Heat, they've had 21 different starting lineups this year. Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson getting the start again in the backcourt. Jaquez Jr., Bam Adebayo, and Khalil Ware, the promising big man, getting the start tonight at the 5 spot. So Adebayo sliding to the 4.
Love this right here. In the huddle, Bam Adebayo with everyone's attention, even Eric Spoelstra listening in to Bam. We've talked about how he wants him to be the leader of this squad. Bam trying to lead his team to a win and break this 8-game losing streak.
Meanwhile, Cade Cunningham's team comes in off one of their most impressive games of the season. They hung $1.40, $1.27. 127 points on the Pelicans a couple of nights ago. They've been in Miami since early Tuesday morning. And getting ready for this, the 4th run between these two teams on the season. The Pistons have won the last 2 in a row against Miami. And Detroit right now playing some of its best basketball of the season. Their head coach, J.B. Bickerstaff, has been the architect of one of the most dramatic turnarounds in the NBA this season. It'll be Durham and Ware at the center circle. And the Pistons will bring it across. Ausar Thompson is staring down Duncan Robinson.